Everyone, welcome to your biology class. This video is in continuity with the previous video of the chapter Chemical Coordination in Plants. And the main objectives we are covering in this video are movements in plants, tropic movements such as phototropism, geotropism, hydrotropism, thigmotropism, and chemotropism. So beginning with movement in plants. Plants are fixed in the soil and do not move here and there. However, movement is seen in certain cases. Plants show movement in response to certain stimuli like light, water, gravity, wind, and touch. Some of the plant movements that is usually observed are as follows: opening and closing of stoma, flower closing during night, sunflower turn towards the sun, movement of insectivorous plants, movements of roots in the soil. These movements are divided into two categories: tropic movements or tropism and nastic movements. So first of all, tropic movements or tropism. Tropism is the movement of a part of a plant either towards the source of stimulus or away from it. These are the movements of curvature brought about by more growth on one side and less growth on opposite side of a plant organ, induced by some external stimuli. Depending upon the nature of stimuli, these movements are of following 5 types: phototropism, geotropism, hydrotropism, thigmotropism, and chemotropism. First of all, phototropism. So the movement of plant parts in response to light is called phototropism. Most of the stems and flower stalks move towards the light and are called positively phototropic. Roots are negatively phototropic as they move away from light. The leaves are transversely phototropic as they keep their faces at right angles to the direction of light. Such leaves are called diaphototropic. Now, there is an experiment to demonstrate that plants move towards the direction of light, showing positive phototropism. For this, take a healthy potted plant and place it in a cardboard box with a wooden cut on one side so that light reaches the shoot from one direction only. Now, remove the plant from the box after 2 or 3 days. So we will observe the stem of the plant with one-sided illumination has changed its direction of growth and is growing towards the light. The young shoot has responded to one-sided movement by growing towards the light. Distribution of oxygen is equal on both sides of the stem, but it is destroyed on the side which is exposed to light. This caused low concentration on exposed side and high concentration on shaded side. Thus, growth on the shaded side is greater than on the exposed side. So that is why shoot is said to be positively phototropic because it grows towards the light. Next is geotropism. So the movement of plant part in response to the force of gravity is called geotropism. The primary root always grow vertically towards downward direction towards the force of gravity, while shoot moves just opposite to the force of gravity. Therefore, the root is positively geotropic and the shoot is negatively geotropic. The secondary roots and branches takes place themselves at right angles to the force of gravity and are called digeotropic. Example, rhizome and stolon. Now, here is an experiment to demonstrate that plants show geotropism. For this, take a pot containing young plant and rest it on its side so that the stem lies horizontally. Inspect the pot after 2 or 3 days. So we will observe the shoot will be found growing upwards after giving a curvature, showing that it is negatively geotropic. The root grows downwards, showing positive geotropic. The movement of root and stem in different directions with respect to force of gravity is due to unequal distribution of oxygens. When stem is placed horizontally, oxygen under the influence of gravity collects more on the lower side than on the upper side. This greater concentration on the lower side promotes greater growth on that particular side, due to which the stem grows upwards, that is negatively geotropic. But in roots, a greater concentration of oxygen on the lower side inhibits the growth rather than stimulating it. The upper side, having low concentration of oxygen, is more favorable for growth and cell elongation. This causes the root apex to bend downwards towards the gravity. Hence, it is positively geotropic. Now, clinostat. So, it is a special apparatus in which, if a plant is rotated, neutralizes the effect of gravity. The shoot continue growing horizontally and does not show any indication of curvature, since rotation causes equal distribution of oxygen on all sides of the plant. Equal distribution of oxygen causes equal growth on all sides and no curvature takes place. Next is hydrotropism. So the movement of plant parts in response to water is called hydrotropism. Roots are positively hydrotropic as they bend towards the source of water. Now here is an experiment to demonstrate that plants show hydrotropic movements. So for this, take a small wire netting basket and fill it with a layer of moist sawdust. Place some bean seeds on it and allow them to germinate. Leave it undisturbed for a day or two. So observation, after a day or two it will be seen that roots hanging down from the basket through wire netting, but soon they start turning back and re-entering into the basket in search of water from the moist sawdust. The movement of roots out of the basket show positive geotropism, and re-entering of roots into the moist sawdust show hydrotropism. Hydrotropic movements are more powerful than geotropic movements. The exact mechanism of hydrotropic response is yet unknown. Probably roots detect and react to differences in the concentration of water. Next is thigmotropism. So growth movements made by plants in response to contact with the solid object is called thigmotropism. These are curvature movements and are most apparently seen in tendrils and twinners. Whenever the supporting organ touches a support, it makes a curvature movement to get hold of object and then tightens its hold. In most plants, the curvatures of the tendrils which follow contact with the support are mostly the result of increased growth on the side opposite the stimulus. The plants such as bitter gourd, bottle gourd, grapevine and passion flower have stem tendrils which are positively thigmotropic and make the plants to climb up while winding around various types of support. The plants such as peas and lily have leaf tendrils which are positively thigmotropic. These leaves also make their plants to climb up by winding around various types of nearby support. So here are the examples of some creepers and climbers and twinners which show thigmotropism. Next is chemotropism. The tropic movement in response to the stimulus of the chemicals are called chemotropic movements. Growth of pollen tube through the style towards the embryo sac. Movement of pollen tube towards ovary due to absorption of calcium and borate from style of carpel. Movement of tentacles in Drosera, an insectivorous plant. And movement of fungal hyphae towards sugars and peptones are the few examples of chemotropism.